Nickelodeon Streak is one of 4 wooden roller coasters at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. This ride may be located in the park's kids area, but it is a coaster that can appeal to families and thrill seekers alike, if you're in the right seat. And I will explain why in this review. From 1909 to 1932, Blackpool Pleasure Beach was home to a wood coaster named Velvet Coaster. After this ride closed, designer Charles Paige reused the lift hill and several ride parts for a brand new attraction simply known as Roller Coaster. The ride went by this name through the 2010 season, and the structure was entirely white, like many classic wood coasters. For the 2011 season, the park built a new themed kids area known as Nickelodeon Land, and due to the coaster's location, it was assimilated into the area and rebranded as Nickelodeon Streak. The ride does not have any theming, but it was stylized with the channel's iconic colors. The train is slime green, then the structure was repainted orange. It is downright odd to see a wood coaster, especially one with this much history, sporting these colors, but it does fit in with the land. I like how the coaster serves as a backdrop for the area, but the best views of the ride are actually from outside of the park, specifically from Bond Street. You can get a full panoramic shot from the ride from there. This usually is the longest way of the park's wood coasters due to its limited capacity. If you visit during the busy summer season, this ride can boast a 45 to 60 minute wait midday. The main culprit is because this ride is just one train. The one train seats up to 24 riders, as there are 3 cars with 4 rows of 2. It is quite uncommon to see a 4-bench train, but you also see that in Big Dipper at the same park. This is because Nickelodeon Streak's current train actually came from that ride. The best way to ride Nickelodeon Streak with a minimal wait is to head there first thing in the morning. Most rides at Blackpool Pleasure Beach open a half hour after the park, but all of Nickelodeon Land is immediately available. Nickelodeon Streak is arguably the park's best ride that's available right away, and you can get a few laps at no wait. Most other guests will be standing around for the other coasters to open. So doing this woody first is far more efficient. 2 important touring notes. 1. Do not save this ride for the very end of the day. This is because Nickland closes 1 hour before the park does. 2. This ride is included in the park's paid Speedy Pass Skip the Line system. You are admitted straight into the station and usually board the next train. Seating is on a first-come basis. People are admitted single file until the train is filled. If the seat you want is already occupied, you can ask to wait an extra cycle, and it sometimes is accommodated. Other times, you are asked to keep on boarding. I like this coaster by far best in the back car. The airtime is more plentiful in terms of quantity and quality. If you want a gentler ride experience, ride up front. If you are sensitive to roughness, try to avoid a wheel seat or the very back of a car. The coaster is fine in most rows, but the wheel seats do have a few bumpy pullouts. Nothing too bad, but you will feel them. The trains are very well padded, both the seats and high sides. Then each row is restrained by a shared lap bar. It reminds me of the ones found in Morgan wood coaster trains, but these bars have multiple positions. These are not too restrictive, but they are far more restrictive than the old restraints. This is because the original train had absolutely no restraints, not even seatbelts. It is also worth noting that everything must ride with you, bags included, so the ladder will often be resting by your feet, akin to what you see in a Disney coaster. This ride was manually dispatched with a lever. The train then rounds a corner and descends a 61-foot or 19-meter tall lift hill. This is not particularly tall for a wood coaster, but it is the park's second tallest woody, and it towers over the other rides in Nickland, so you do get a nice view overlooking the area. Once at the top, you turn right, and then you have a basic out and back layout. It starts with a straight drop. It sadly offers no airtime, but it does have a particularly bumpy pullout if you're in a wheel seat. Next is a camelback. No air in the front 2 cars, but those in back get some weak floater in the descent. There also is another bumpy pullout though. Then comes another camelback. Those in front get a tiny bit of airtime at the top this time around. You don't come out of your seat in the back, but the drop is still interesting. It subtly twists right as it wraps around the old Space Invader building. You then have the far turnaround, which wraps around the Chinese puzzle maze. You come close to getting airtime in the entry, then the turn is tame, but it does offer views of the nearby attractions. But the drop off this element is easily the best part of the ride. You get some really good standing airtime in the back car. I really wonder how crazy this moment would have been before the restraints were added, because it still packs a wallop even with the lap bar present. Next are 3 consecutive bunny hills, which run alongside a road. If you're in the back car, each one offers a solid pop of airtime. In the front car, you don't really lift out of your seat. But the front car does get some respectable airtime in the final ascent into the L-shaped turnaround. You then rumble around a bend and hit the brakes. You then return to the station, ending the 2,293 foot or 699 meter long experience. It is not a super long Woody, but is a satisfactory length. In terms of pacing, this coaster is okay. The ride has a very modest top speed of just 35 miles per hour or 56 kilometers per hour. While you slow down atop the camelbacks and far turnaround, it does at least hold its speed for the return run. So, what would I rate Nickelodeon Streak? I would give this coaster a 5 out of 10. This is a fine wood coaster. I like this ride in the back car. Try to ride there if you can. It is way better there. The turnaround drop is a fantastic moment. Then the return run has some decent spots of airtime. The outward leg is not too crazy in any row, and the ride is much milder further up in the train in general, which may be a good thing for the younger riders given how it is in a kids area. Of the park's wood coasters, I do prefer Grand National and Big Dipper because they are wilder rides, but this coaster still offers a fun experience, and it would serve as a nice introductory wood coaster. So those are my thoughts on Nickelodeon Streak at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. What are your thoughts about this ride? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there will be a lot more roller coaster amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.